So, today is the 2nd of September, and in case you did not already know this, today is World Coconut Day, and I can't think of a fruit, for it is a fruit, not a nut, despite its name, can't think of a better fruit to celebrate than a coconut. It's responsible for some of the most amazing cocktails in the world, like a pina colada. Who doesn't love one of those? And also, one of the more embarrassing ways to die. When you go up to meet your maker in front of the pearly gates and you say, well, and you're said to, or you're asked, well, how did you die? Oh, I was asleep under a coconut tree and one fell on my head and killed me. Apparently that's a thing and it does happen. But, you know, I can probably think of worse ways to go. So we'll not worry about that right now. But anyway, I wanted to come up with a cocktail. I wanted to find a cocktail that would be, and I've already done a pina colada back in the day, I've done a painkiller, I've done all these other typical coconut ones. And so I came across this great one, which is called the Key Lime Pie #1. And the reason it's a coconutty one is because it has coconut rum in it. And it seems delicious, and we're going to find out really what it's like. It's a very much a sort of dessert type cocktail. So, well, I think we're just going to go straight for it and see what we've got. It's a multi-stage kind of drink. First of all, I'm going to take a shaker that is already chilled. There's nothing in it, just a chilled cocktail shaker. And into that thing, I'm going to put, assuming that I can open up my little pot of cream, 2 ounces of heavy cream. Perfect, like that. And then I'm going to put an interesting ingredient, and it's one that we discovered when we went to Cabo. It's apparently Spain's best-selling liqueur. It's called Licor 43, and it is a kind of spiced vanilla liqueur, and it is remarkably delicious. And this is what we're going to put into our little cream concoction. I could barely say that word there. 1/2 ounce of Licor 43 or any other spiced vanilla liqueur you might know of. I personally don't know of any, but maybe they do exist out there somewhere. Anyway, as I say, this goes into a chilled cocktail shaker, and you do this, you just shake it up in order to aerate it, right, to make it kind of frothy and nice. We're not actually blending it up into like whipping cream or anything like that. We're just doing this, and so it'll be kind of flavored and slightly alcoholic cream. We are going to, this is where it starts getting interesting. I'm taking you can use anything. I've got this basting brush, and I'm going to take that into my chilled cocktail glass here. I'm going to wipe it all around the side here, not worrying too much if it looks kind of ugly. The important thing is when you're going to rim any glass, you kind of just want enough of that on there to get the stuff you're going to put on. Now, obviously, with something like a margarita, you'd be putting salt. We're not going to be doing that today. What we've got here is what they call over here graham crackers, and there's a box of this stuff. You use it to make s'mores with, typically. I've crunched a bunch of them up, and by the way, it's, for those of you who are over back in England, it's Graham. But here they say the word Graham like graham, so it's graham crackers, not graham crackers. Seriously, this is something that still causes me a lot of grief to this day. Anyway, this glass here that has that cream on it, we're going to just add a kind of crust on it, because this is a key lime pie #1 cocktail, so it needs a kind of base, like a pie base, right? And that's where the graham cracker comes in. So there we go, we've prepared our glass, and now we get the rest of the drink here. And here's where the coconut comes in. Coconut rum. You want 1.5 ounces of this stuff. So I've got my measure there. I'm almost out of this. This is kind of interesting stuff. It's kind of a mix, whether this is a rum or a liqueur. It depends how strong it is, really. I believe this is like 35% proof or ABV. I'm not really sure. Actually, I can't really see with these sunglasses on, which I'm still wearing because my eyes are still dodgy after my eye operation the other day. But hey ho, there we go. 1.5 ounces of coconut rum. Calls for a triple sec in this recipe. I've got the posh stuff, bit of Cointreau, any kind of orange liqueur will work very well. And you want 3/4 of an ounce of that into there it goes. And then 3/4 of an ounce, and the recipe called for freshly squeezed lime juice, but this is a key lime pie. So I followed the advice of someone else, and this is on Difford's. I followed their advice, what someone commenting, and they talked about Nellie and Joe's key lime juice, and it's in a jar, so it's not fresh, so that's kind of not so great. And I've used this in a few cocktails before. I've tended to move from previously to using freshly squeezed lemon and lime, but sometimes this is the right stuff, and this, I believe, is one of those occasions. So you want an equal amount, as you just did, of the orange liqueur, which is 3/4 of an ounce, because to be honest, you're going to want something to balance out all the sweet from that cream and everything else that is in there. So you've got those in there, it's citrus in there, so you give it a shake. That should do us. We get our chilled graham crackered glass. And by the way, I chose a slightly larger martini glass here. The recipe looks for a coupe, but I realized once this has got like 5.5 ounces of liquid in here, plus the ice, it's gonna be too much liquid for one of those glasses. So that's why I chose this. And then we go here, we just pour this lime triple sec and coconut rum concoction into our glass, like so. And of course, like any good pie, it needs a topping. We have our cream that's been aerated. We just gently pour this on top, like this. Oh my word. And that does in fact look quite amazing, if you can see that, like so. And let's see what we've got. Oh, that is delicious. Happy World Coconut Day. Cheers.